I'm Dana Dentha, and you're watching FYI. As the future takes hold, it's imperative that we are providing our young ones with the skills to thrive as they choose their education and career paths. Watch as the Society of Women Engineers teach students about STEM. Kindergarten through fifth graders were immersed in experimentation at the Elementary Engineering Exploration Day.
The goal of this day is to teach kids that engineering can be a creative and fun career.
I have two little girls that maybe they would never think about going to engineering because it's not the common path for women. And I was a minority in my department when I was getting my PhD in chemistry. So I thought, you know what, they should probably feel like they can do anything boys can do.
The students and parents worked on a variety of experiments, but the main focus, teamwork.
Today we're doing a hovercraft experiment, and they're learning a little bit about lift and what makes a hovercraft work. They're building a roller coaster for marbles, and then we're doing a student panel to talk about our experiences in STEM and how we got to where we are today, and maybe things they can do to expose their children to STEM early on.
Sometimes the collection of ideas is what makes the project amazing. So I learned teamwork.
So learning about cryptography and cybersecurity, and we're using that as a talk to aliens kind of thing. This is all connecting to our overall theme of space. And then our final activity is nuclear engineering oriented. So we're saying we have our moon colony, we want to power it with a nuclear reactor. So they're building a model reactor out of candy. And then my favorite part is they're demonstrating fission, so when you split atoms apart, by twisting a balloon and then cutting it, and talking about how that release of air is just like the release of energy.
It's really important for kids to be here just to be more confident, more creative, and to learn that they can have fun while playing and learn.
Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with more news and information. The Ann Arbor District Library has gone tiny as patrons create one-of-a-kind tabletop worlds. Get transported to the magical world of fairies next. Miniatures painting workshop Fairy Gardens designed a magical world to sit on a tabletop.
We've got a miniatures painting event this evening where we're focusing on the scenery.
We're here painting tiny little pieces of a fairy garden. So everyone comes and gets to pick which one they want, and I'm working on a stump and some candlesticks.
You've got something that you can really invest a lot of time, care into. It's also an expression, which, you can make these miniatures look like whatever you want. You can paint them rainbow flavor or undead miniatures, there's absolutely no box to be held in other than the miniature itself.
The workshop provided the tools and instruction to create a lifelike scene for fairies.
There is a trend around Ann Arbor where fairy gardens are a big thing. You walk around the neighborhoods and stuff like that, you'll see people who have fairy gardens. This is just a miniature version of that trend from the local area.
There's something kind of magical about it, Everything is so tiny and cute, and I think it's helpful for your imagination.
We start off with a basic three-point technique here. Number one is you get your base coats on, you get all of the basic colors where you want them to be, and it's nice and easy because you can paint over any mistakes that you make. And then from there, we go to, I call it the depth of field phase, where you're using a much thinner paint. It's called a wash. And you go from all these bright, vibrant tones to it dulls everything out, but the wash automatically goes into all of the little recesses, and it creates a whole lot of depth of shading for you. And then you just go right back over for a highlight layer, and basic three-point thing will make most of your miniatures look pretty good for tabletop ready. We're doing pretty good with the base coats, so I'm just going to...
For more offerings from the Ann Arbor District Library, visit aadl.org. Our four-legged friends love to get out of the house, smell the fresh air, and go for a brisk walk or run. Learn about dog licensing, leash laws, and more in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hey guys, my name is Matt Morrow with the City Clerk's Office, and today we're going to talk about dog licensing, dog parks, and Ann Arbor's leash laws. So dog licensing is extremely important, not only because it's state law, but it's also regulated by local ordinances. So Ann Arbor provides 3 different options in 1, 2, and 3-year intervals based on the rabies vaccination expiration date. Moving on from there, if you want access to one of these wonderful parks, you're going to need a dog park pass. For Swift Run, it's going to cost $35. Olson and Broadway can come together at $15, and that leaves All City at $45. In regards to the leash law, when the animal is outside in an open area such as this, it needs to be on the leash. However, inside one of these gated areas, the animal is free to roam. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at our phone number, 734-794-6140. Or for additional information, please go to www.a2gov.org.
Jumps, twirls, and unbridled passion for figure skating will be on full display at the 78th annual Melody on Ice. The Ann Arbor Figure Skating Club works tirelessly every year to create a one-of-a-kind evening at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. Joining me is Meredith Longoria and Emily Prihoda, co-directors of this year's Melody on Ice. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
So, Meredith, why don't you tell us a little bit about Melody on Ice? It's been 78 years. That's like a really, really long time. But I know Ann Arbor has really deep roots in the figure skating community.
That is correct. This is our 78th annual show. We also have our Hawkettes teams performing, which we are the first team in the country, I think, ever.
Yeah, I've heard that too, yeah.
For synchronized skating. It was called precision skating back in the day. Some of our teams just competed at nationals and did quite well, so we're excited to have them performing. We also have 2011 U.S. National Champion Ryan Bradley coming to guest skate again this year. He's a lot of fun. The kids adore him. He's plays with them and, you know, shows off his back flips for them, so the kids just love it.
Well, that's like a great thing that the skaters get to see someone like him that's a professional skater now. And, you know, as a viewer of Melody on Ice, you get to see someone that's got some hot moves, I'm sure.
Very, very good moves, yes.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me about some of the different things that we'll see? Because you guys were telling me before the show that it's a wide age range. I mean, you're getting like 3-year-olds up until, let's say, 99. There's no limit, right?
That's correct. So you'll see skaters of all levels and ages. We have the little guys. We have a group called Generations, where it's multiple generations, grandparents, parents, the kids, all out there performing together. We have some of our high single skaters performing, as well as one of our dance teams performing this year.
And how long is the show? Is it like an hour, 2 hours?
It'll be approximately 2 hours with the intermission.
Okay, so you get to see a lot of different performances, and
Correct.
You guys are co-directing the show together. So what goes into directing a show of this magnitude? Are you guys picking all the music? Are you creating all the numbers?
We cut all the music. The two of us, we work really well together to do that. And then when it comes to choreographing the numbers, we actually have a great staff at the Ann Arbor Figure Skating Club, and they are able to help us choreograph some of the numbers. We will assign the groups different music, and then we will give the coach that signed up to do that number the music, and then they have the time a little bit before rehearsals start to think about what is the best to do. But overall, we do oversee everything. So we're there all the time, helping if and when they need their help, when they need help.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a really large job to do a show of that caliber, and you guys seem to work really well together doing it. What sort of challenges do you find coming up with this show year after year?
Just finding the most entertaining music possible, I think, was the biggest challenge, but we're really pleased with how it came together so far.
Yeah, I think in the past I've seen the music that you choose, and it's, I mean, I think you try to find a wide variety of stuff that everyone can enjoy too, and that's a big part of like sort of getting into it while you're watching it.
Yes, this year's theme is Mix It Up, so we actually had a lot of our club members submit songs, and we put them in basically different little mixes, like our dance mix, our oldies but goodies mix, and all that. So I think everyone will really enjoy this year's show.
Yeah, that's a different sort of idea to get other people thinking about what they'd want to hear too. Why don't you tell me about when the show is and how people can get tickets?
The show is March 13th at 7 p.m. and then also March 14th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m.
So you have three chances to
Three chances to see the show, and you can purchase tickets at AnnArborFSC.org. It should be right on our homepage there, the link.
And can you get tickets at the door too? Do you have
Yes,
to buy them in advance?
you can get tickets at the door. It's just usually easier. Last year the line was out the door, so if you have the ability to purchase them online and then just pick them up anywhere in the couple weeks leading up to the show, it's much easier for you.
And we're getting close, so now's the time to really get on the website and try to get those tickets now if you know that you can make it at any of those three opportunities to see. Because this is the only time of year that you guys do this, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And why don't you tell me a little bit about yourselves and what led you to co-directing this show together? Because this show, like I said, it's been around for 78 years, but you guys have done this now 2 years together.
I think we work so well together, so we obviously are on the ice a lot with each other, and we make each other laugh. And anytime we were doing different things, whether it be choreographing a program or doing different things, we would help each other. So I think the fact that we personally work so well together, and if I ask, hey Meredith, can you do X, Y, and Z, she does it without a fail. And I hope that you feel that same way. And I think that's what helps us, is that we can rely on each other to the point to where, like, I'm put at ease knowing that she's going to do what she's supposed to do, and hopefully the same way. So I think that's why we decided to do the show together. And it is fun, and it's so nice to see the joy that you bring to the skaters' faces, and I think for us that's a really big thing.
I'm sure there's just this huge sense of accomplishment once the skaters can do these numbers and really show off to a crowd. And I know, based on what I saw from last year's, I mean, there's such a range of, like, I mean, there was a chicken dance in there, there's comedy,
yes.
but there's like some really serious, like, amazing, awe-inspiring moves that you see too. So it is really like this sort of like range of, like, you're seeing like the most precious skaters, like the little 3-year-olds that are like almost like walking on their skates, and it's just so cute. And they're doing stuff that, like, I know I couldn't do, like now as a 37-year-old, I couldn't do that they're doing at 3. So it is just amazing to see all the different varieties too that you're sort of creating, and you guys have a hand in all of this. So that's amazing. Why don't you just tell people why they should come to this year's show?
Because it's going to be amazing, just like last year. It's so much fun, and like I said, with the kids being so involved in picking the music for this year's show, I feel like they're really, really excited and more into it than they've ever been before.
Did you want to add anything, Emily?
I completely agree with everything she said, and I think the fact that we have tailored everything to everybody versus just a one age range, it's everybody, and everybody will have fun the entire show. You will be tapping your feet and just enjoying every moment.
All right, well, thank you both for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that we have to offer, and remember to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.